guys, so it has been a while since I last filmed a video, and yeah, it feels a bit weird to be talking to you guys again, but I kind of missed it, and I really wanted to film my best of 2015, so that's what I am doing today. I have read over 70 books this year, and the majority of them were kind of just like meh books for me, which is, it's fine. But there are a few that were absolutely amazing and blew my mind, and so I'll be talking about those today because they are my best of 2015. Let's get going with number 6. We have The Silence of Six by E.C. Myers. This book is definitely different from anything that I read before. It follows a kid named Max who his high school is hosting a presidential debate, and all of a sudden it gets hacked by his best friend Evan, and Evan ends up committing suicide on the camera in front of the whole school, and whoever's the whole world, everyone's watching. So he ends up committing suicide, but not before he leaves a text message for Max, which brings him into the world that he thought he left behind, involving hacking. That book was very interesting, and it creeped me out because like the government would just show up anywhere and everywhere in the story where he was, and he every time I was reading it, I'm like, in my room at night, they're watching me. The government's watching. Big Brother is watching me. Creeped me out. I was like, no, can't be doing this. I didn't think this book would creep me out, but it kind of did in that governmental watching me kind of way. So I'm just like, okay. And coming in at number 5, we have My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. This book really surprised me when I started it. I didn't think that I would read this book as fast as I did. I flew through it. I went to bed thinking about this book, and I woke up thinking about this book, and I needed to know what happened. This book was so cute and so fun, and just, it kept me interested in the whole entire story, and I loved all of the characters. They were absolutely amazing, and Jace's family is probably one of the greatest families that I've read about. I absolutely love the Garretts, and I so want to be a part of their family, and their kids are so cute and adorable, and I love them, and I can't wait to read The Boy Most Likely To, which has been released. I just haven't gotten around to it yet, so I'll probably read that next year, and I'm really excited about that one. Coming in at number 4, we have a trilogy, and that is the Under the Never Sky trilogy by Veronica Rossi. This story, like, I was so surprised by how much I enjoyed this. I picked it up, and I was so invested in the story, I was so invested in the world, I was so invested in the characters. I fell in love with the characters. I fell in love with the relationships, the friendships. Arya and Roar's friendship is unbelievable. It would have been so easy for Veronica Rossi to turn this into a love triangle, and I'm so glad she didn't go that way because we got a pure friendship between Arya and Roar, and it was so great to read about. The majority of the second book was just about Arya and Roar because Perry wasn't with them at the time. We still got Perry's point of view, but it was Arya and Roar together, and their relationship stayed purely platonic. It was amazing to read about. I loved their friendship. It was so great, and I love the relationship between Arya and Perry. It's so cute, and I think everything in this book is perfection. It was so much fun. The final book, Into the Still Blue, blew my mind. I was like, whoa! I stayed up so late reading that. I could not believe how amazing it was. So perfect. Coming in at number 3, we have Origin by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the 4th book in the Lux series, and it was so good. I have a full review of this up on my channel. I will link it below. It goes into spoilers and everything. I can't talk much about this. Just know that this book, it went in a way that I didn't think it was gonna go, and I loved it so much. This book just kept me entertained, and it kept me invested in the story, and I was up really late reading it, and the ending of this really makes you want to read the final book. I've been holding off on it because I don't want it to end, but I definitely think I'll be reading the final book soon because this was so good. So good. Coming in at number 2 is another trilogy, and that is the Article 5 trilogy by Kristen Simmons. I picked Article 5 up on a whim. It was in my library while I was looking for a book to read, and I picked it up, and I was so surprised by how much I love this story. Like, I did not think I would love it as much as I did. I was so addicted to it. I could not put it down. I wanted to know what happened to the characters. I love the relationship between Chase and Ember in the story, and I love her name Ember. It's beautiful. just saying. But her character grew so much from the first book to the final book, and I love their relationship. I love how they interact with each other, and it's just absolutely amazing. And the world that she created was very interesting to read about, and things that happen to characters was kind of heartbreaking. Even characters that you're supposed to hate, you end up feeling really, really bad for at the end of the trilogy, and it was so good, and I would highly, highly, highly recommend you guys check this out, because when I went to go look at reviews on YouTube, there was only one review I could find. That's it. So I think I may do a review for this trilogy. I don't know yet, but definitely check this out, because this is definitely an underrated trilogy, and you guys should really, really, really read it. So. And coming in at number 1, we have not a book, but an author. She's an author that I discovered this year over the summer, and since then I have read 6 of her books, and I have loved each and every one of them. And that author is Tilly Cole. She's the author of the Hangman trilogy, or series. There's going to be more than 3 books, but 3 books are out right now. This is a new adult, dark romance MC type story, and it is so good. This is the first book I read by her, and I absolutely fell in love with it, you guys. These books are so beautiful. They are so heartbreaking, so emotional, so raw, but so addicting, and you grow in love with all the characters, and the series is just wonderful, you guys. So good. And so this book is the first one I read by her, and then the second one, Heart Recaptured, and the third book, Souls Unfractured. All amazing, all wonderful, and you should check them out. And after I finished her Hangman series, I was still wanting more by her, so I picked up her Sweet Home series, and guys, these books are so good too. They are so wonderful. I read the first 3 in the Sweet Home series: Sweet Home, Sweet Rome, and Sweet Fall. Sweet Rome is more like it's considered 1.5, but it's like a full length novel. Anyway, I read all of those, and I still have to read Sweet Hope and Sweet Soul, but those books are so good as well. They're so addicting. Seriously, her stories draw you in. They capture you. The characters, you fall in love with all the characters. It's perfection. Tilly Cole is such an amazing author, and I am so glad that I found her this year. And I would highly, highly recommend you guys check her out, because you will be addicted to her stories. It's just, there's no way you cannot love her stories. It's not possible. So Tilly Cole has definitely become probably one of my top authors of all time. She's an autobiography author. Whatever she writes, I will read. I'm currently working my way through all of her books, and I can't wait to read more. My heart just cannot take much more of this, but then I can, because they're emotional, but they're beautiful, and they're addicting, and I just, so good. But yeah, so those are my best books of 2015. Let me know what your best book of 2015 was, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!